Good morning to students. Welcome to online classes DO Nalgonda. This is P. Prasad from TSMS Bottalapalam. So today I am going to discuss about general principles of metallurgy. So in previous classes we have discussed about metals and non-metals in 8th class. Once again I will recall it. So what are the general principles or properties of metals means? So metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. They are generally sonorous, they generally malleable, and they generally ductile. These are the properties of metals already we had discussed in previous classes. So how these metals are occurs in the nature means generally these metals majority of the metals occurs in the nature in the combined form. Okay, combined form. Some of the metals only like silver, gold, these elements occurs in the nature in the native state. Okay, so first of all we have to know about what is called metallurgy. The metallurgy is nothing but the process of extraction, the process of extraction of metals from their ores, okay. So extraction, okay, extraction means nothing but separation of metals from their compounds is known as metallurgy. So how they are occurs in the nature? Next, general, what are the general uses of metals in our daily life? So silver, gold generally we uses in the jewelries. Okay, next to iron, copper, silver, aluminum. These metals are used in the preparation of conducting wires and utensils and many household materials in our daily life. So they are very useful in our daily life. So how they occurs in the nature? Okay, so that means they are present in the form of minerals. So generally what are called mineral means the element or the compound of metals, okay, are known as minerals. Okay, so the element or compound of metals are known as minerals. Where they occurs in the nature means they generally occurs in the earth crust and sea water. So what is the main source for the minerals to extract metal means first one is earth crust and second one is sea water. Okay, so next we have to discuss about ores. What are called ores? So the mineral which is profitable to extract the metal from is called ore. Okay, if the extraction of metal is profitable from the mineral is called ore. Okay, that mineral is called ore. If extraction becomes a loss, it is called only mineral. Okay, this is the introduction of metallurgy, minerals and ores. Okay, so next I am going to discuss about some of examples of ores in our daily Okay. Now we are going to discuss about the activity series of elements. So what is called activity series of elements of metals means if the metallic elements are arranged in the decreasing order of their reactivity. In the decreasing order of their reactivity. That means here potassium is more reactive than sodium, sodium is more reactive than calcium, calcium is more reactive than magnesium. So such type of arrangement, decreasing arrangement, okay, so is known as active series of elements. So in that potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium are more reactive metals, they are also known as active metals. Next aluminum, zinc, iron, lead, copper, these are the moderately active elements. Next to silver, arum, mercury are called inactive metals, that means they are less reactive metals. Okay. So next to here we have to discuss the some of examples of ores. So in that first of all bauxite formula is Al2O3 2H2O. Which metal can be extracted from bauxite means aluminum. Zincite, so formula is ZnO, it is a oxide ore, it is also called oxide ore of zinc. Formula is which metal can be extracted from it? Zinc. Next to hematite, hematite formula is Fe2O3, iron can be extracted from it. Next to galena, PbS, so lead can be extracted from it. Okay. Next to we have to discuss the several stages in the extraction of metal. Okay, there are 3 stages are there. What are the stages? So the stages to extract metals. So what are the 3 stages means? First one is the concentration or dressing. Okay. The second one is extraction of crude metal. Third one is refining or purification. Purification of metal. So in that I am taking the concentration or dressing. We have to discuss concentration or dressing. So what is called concentration or dressing means the removal of gang from the ore. Gang from the ore is called concentration or the dressing. So what is called gang? Gang means here sand plus clay. Generally where the ore occurs in the nature, so ore can occurs in the nature earth crust. So earth crust consists of sand and clay. So when we take the ore from the earth crust, okay, it also consists of some amount of sand and clay along with the ore. So the separation of sand, clay from the ore is called the first step, concentration or dressing of the ore. So in that we have several methods to separate the gang from the ore. They are first one is hand picking, second one is hydraulic wash, the third one is froth flotation, fourth one is magnetic separation. So in that I am going to discuss about the first method. What is the first method here? Hand picking. Hand picking is the first method to separate the hand picking. Hand picking is the separation. So if the ore is differ by color and size with impurities. With impurities means here gang is the impurities. Okay, then this method is very useful to separation of a gang. సో దట్ మీన్స్ మనం జనరల్గా బియ్యంలో రాళ్ళు వేరుతాం. సో బియ్యము తెల్ల కలర్లో ఉంటుంది, అందులో రాళ్ళు బ్లాక్ కలర్లో ఉంటాయి. ఆ విధంగా మనం ఆ కలర్ను వేరియేషన్ బట్టి ఏం చేస్తాం, చేతులతోటి హ్యాండ్ పికింగ్ చేస్తాం. సో లైక్ దట్ gang ore is differ by size and color, then we can uses our hands to separate them. చేతుల ద్వారా సపరేట్ చేస్తాం అన్నమాట. దీన్ని హ్యాండ్ పికింగ్ మెథడ్ అంటాం. ద సెకండ్ మెథడ్ ఈజ్ హైడ్రాలిక్ వాష్. దట్ మీన్స్ హైడ్రాలిక్ వాష్ అంటే ఏంటిదంటే వాషింగ్ విత్ వాటర్. ఓకే, వాషింగ్ విత్ హైడ్రాలిక్ వాష్. ఓకే ఓకే సో వాష్ ఆఫ్ ది ఫైన్లీ powdered ore on the slopy surface. Okay, so slopy surface means first of all we have to take a slopy surface. So here we have to keep the finely powdered ore. Then we have to allow the flow of the water along the finely powdered ore. What happens? The light earthy particles can dissolve in the water. They can be washed out. Okay, they can be washed out. So here what remains here? Only ore can be remains here. Ore can be remains here, but earthy particles plus water can be flow down here. So like that they can be separated easily. This is the second washing method. Okay, so అంటే మనం బండి బాగా వెహికల్స్ వాష్ చేస్తుంటాం. బాగా దుమ్ము పట్టిపోయింది అనుకోండి, బాగా మట్టి ఉందనుకోండి, జస్ట్ ఏం చేస్తాం, పైనుంచి వాటర్ ప్రెజర్ కొడతాం. వాటర్ ప్రెజర్కి ఆ మట్టి అంతా ఏమవుతుంది, వాష్ అవుతుంది. సేమ్ ఇక్కడ కూడా అంతే, ఓర్నంతా పౌడర్ చేసేస్తాం. పౌడర్ చేసినప్పుడు దాని మీదకి వాటర్ కొట్టినప్పుడు అందులో ఉన్న మట్టి అంతా ఏమవుతుంది, వాటర్ తోటి వాష్ అవుతుంది, ఫ్లో అవుతుంది. ఓకే, సో దిస్ ఈజ్ ద సెకండ్ మెథడ్ టు separation of the gang from the ores. In that third step is froth flotation. Flotation means తేలాడడం. ఓకే, అంటే ఇక్కడ ఓర్ అనేది పైకి తేలాడుతుంది అని అర్థం. సో ఫ్రోత్ ఫ్లోటేషన్ మెథడ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ వెరీ యూస్ఫుల్ టు సల్ఫైడ్ ఓర్స్ ఓన్లీ. సల్ఫైడ్ ఓర్స్కి మాత్రమే ఇది జనరల్గా యూజ్ చేస్తాం. ఓకే, సో దీనికోసం వీ హ్యావ్ టు టేక్ ఏ వెజిల్ కంటైనింగ్ ఆఫ్ వాటర్. ఓకే, వెజిల్ కంటైనింగ్ ఆఫ్ వాటర్ and we have to pour finely powdered ore. Okay, in that we have to kept finely powdered ore. అంటే దాని అర్థం ఏంటిది, ఓర్ని మొత్తం పౌడర్గా చేసేయాలి. చేసి ఇందులో we have to send a compressed air. Okay, we have to send a compressed air to agitate the ore in the water. Okay, and we have to add some of the oils also. So by agitation of the air in the ore, it becomes here ore particles, sulfide ore particles only non-wettable properties. They consist non-wettable, but here gang is wettable. Wettable means మట్టి మాత్రం నీళ్ళల్లో తడుస్తుంది, ఈ ఓర్ మాత్రం నీళ్ళల్లో తడవదు. ఈ కారణం వల్ల ఏమవుతుంది, మనకు ఈ ఎయిర్ను ఎగిటేట్ చేయడం వల్ల ద సల్ఫైడ్ ఓర్ ఫ్లోట్స్ ఆన్ ద వాటర్. ద సల్ఫైడ్ ఓర్ ఫ్లోట్స్ ఆన్ ద వాటర్. నెక్స్ట్ ద రిమైనింగ్ గ్యాంగ్ సెటిల్ డౌన్స్ at the vessel, at bottom of the vessel, sorry, at the bottom of the vessel. So from this technique we can separate the both ore and gang. Okay, this is very useful only for the sulfide ores. Next, another one is, the fourth one is magnetic separation. The fourth step is magnetic separation. So magnetic separation generally useful for only magnetic ores. If the ore, one of the ore is which type of ore? Magnetic ore present, generally hematite. Hematite is attracted by the magnetite. So such type of ores can be useful to this technique. Okay, so in this we have to take a belt like this arrangement. It is called belt. Here two wheels are arranged to rotate the belt. Okay, so in that one is magnetic wheel. This is called magnetic wheel. This one is non-magnetic wheel. So when finely powdered ore is sent through the belt of the belt, when it comes nearer the magnetic wheel. So what happens here? First gang particles falls one side and magnetic ore falls another side. Okay, this is called non-magnetic particles. Non-magnetic particles. Here which type of will be fall here? Here magnetic ore fall another side. Okay, like that non-magnetic means impurities falls one side by using magnetic wheel. Next, by using magnetic wheel, the magnetic ore falls another side. So from this technique we can separate the both impurities and the ore. So these are the four methods used to the removal of gangue. Gangue means earthy particles which are known as sand plus clay, sand and clay. In previous classes we have discussed the first stage of metallurgy. Okay, what is this? Dressing or concentration. So we have some methods already we have discussed. So in the today class we have to discuss about extraction of crude metal. Okay, so in that elements already metallic elements can be classified into three types. What are they? Active metals, moderately active metals and inactive metals. So for each classification of metals we have to separation method to separate to extract the crude metal. So in that first one, extraction of metals, at the top of the activity series, which what are they? Potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium and aluminum. So generally here extraction of crude metal means here we uses the reduction. Which type of chemical reactions we uses here? Reduction. Already we know what is called reduction. Removal of oxygen is called reduction. Removal of oxygen or decreasing of oxidation number is also known as reduction. So we have to do to extract crude metal we have to follow reduction reactions. So to reduce these compounds with the carbon and coke, it is more expensive in nature. So generally we uses to get crude metal, we uses here electrolysis. For most active series elements, we use which method? Electrolysis. Okay, so electrolysis of fused or molten compounds of activity series, more active elements. So for that I am taking, if I take sodium chloride, molten or fused sodium chloride, so in the vessel, so I am taking a steel rod act as cathode and graphite rod act as anode. So when these two rods are connected through a battery, okay, what happens when we battery on, so the current will be passed, the electrolysis process occurs here. So here this is called cathode, this is called anode. So what happens at cathode, fused means molten. We does not use here solution of sodium chloride. Okay, we use only molten sodium chloride. So at cathode, sodium ions can be reduced like this. Sodium ion gains one electron and forms sodium atoms at cathode. That means discharges. Next, at anode, what happens? Okay, chlorine atom gains one electron. Chloride ions loses one electron and forms chlorine gas and gives one electron at the anode. So okay, so like this, at cathode sodium will be formed and at anode chloride will be formed. So like that, by using electrolysis process, the activity series of metals can be extracted like this. Okay, so next we are going to extraction of metals in the middle of the activity series. What are the middle of the activity series elements here? Once we have to recall them: zinc, iron, lead and copper. Generally these metals occurs in the nature in the sulfide ores, sulfide and oxide ores. Generally they are present in the sulfide forms and oxide forms. So in that, first of all, if the sulfide ores are present, we have to convert them into oxide ore. So for example, if you take lead sulfide, which is called galena. So when it is heated in the excess of air or excess of oxygen is called, the process is called roasting. Okay, if the ore is directly heated in the presence of air, in the presence of excess of oxygen, is called roasting. Okay, so generally the sulfide ores can be roasted to get oxide. Okay, lead oxide. Okay, next we have to follow some reductions. Reduction means we have to remove the oxygen from the lead oxide. When we remove the oxygen, we will get the lead metal. So for removal of lead oxide, we use as carbon. Which form of carbon? Coke. Okay, here we use as the coke is the form of the carbon. So when lead oxide is heated with coke at 1400 degrees in the closed furnace. Okay, so what happens? This oxygen combines with carbon and forms carbon monoxide. Like that, oxygen is separated from the lead. And form lead crude metal. Crude metal means some of the impurities may be present, not 100% pure. 99 100% pure. It consists some of the impurities. It is called crude metal. Okay. Next, reduction of oxide ore means we generally takes CO or C. Generally, what are the reducing reagents? Carbon or carbon monoxides or reducing agents. That means they removes oxygen. So for lead oxide we takes carbon as reducing agent. For iron oxide, hematite, we takes carbon monoxide as reducing agent. Okay, when it is heated with the carbon monoxide in blast furnace at high temperature, what happens? Iron will be formed and these three oxygens combines with the CO, carbon monoxide, and will be formed carbon dioxide. Okay, so they can be removed, oxygen is removed by the CO. So it is called reducing agent. So here we need a removal of oxygen in both cases. So we have to use reducing agents. So sometimes we use as self reduction. Okay, here sometimes we use as self reduction types. Okay, self reduction also occurs, self reductions. Okay, in case of copper sulfide. So if you take 2Cu2S copper sulfide ore plus 3O2 gives rise 2Cu2O plus 2Cu2O plus 2SO2 sulfur dioxide. What happens? It is also called roasting. Why? Because copper sulfide ore is heated in the presence of oxygen to get oxide, metallic oxide. So now this 50%, the oxide which is formed 50% in the reaction self reduces. Again it reduces the copper sulfide. It reduces the copper sulfide. That means 2Cu2O plus Cu2S. That means these 50%, let this is 100% of the copper sulfide. So in that 50% becomes a copper sulfide. Now this 50% copper oxide, 50% copper sulfide reduces like this. So 6Cu plus this oxygen can be now removed by the sulfur. Okay, so sulfur dioxide. Okay, like that we can get the sulfur dioxide. That means here the Cu2S only reduces copper oxide. That means we are taking another new reduction reagent here. ఇక్కడ మనం కొత్తగా reducing reagent ఇక్కడ కోక్ కార్బన్ మోనాక్సైడ్ తీసుకోవట్లే. ఆ రియాక్షన్లో ఏదైతే ఫామ్ అయిందో కాపర్ ఆక్సైడ్, ఓకే, ఆ కాపర్ ఆక్సైడ్ను అదే ఓరు రెడ్యూస్ చేస్తుంది, దాన్ని రెడ్యూస్ చేస్తుంది. అందుకనే దీన్ని సెల్ఫ్ రిడక్షన్ అని కూడా అంటాం. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ ఇంకొక స్టెప్ ఉంటుంది. వెన్ దీస్ కాంపౌండ్స్ ఆర్ దీస్ ఓర్స్ రియాక్ట్స్ విత్ మోర్ యాక్టివ్ మెటల్స్. Here another last step, by reacting with more active metals. By reacting with more active metals also we can reduce them. Example is if you take titanium tetrachloride. Here one of the most active metal is magnesium. When it is reacted with the titanium tetrachloride, so the chloride atoms are removed by magnesium like this. So 2Mg plus Cl4 gives 2MgCl2, 2 magnesium chloride. Okay, here magnesium is more reactive than titanium. It displaces, already we know this is called displacement reaction. Okay. So same titanium chloride, if you take sodium also displaces titanium from the titanium tetrachloride. So titanium will be formed and 4 NaCl we can get like this. Okay. So we use another examples also. Another examples. So if you take iron oxide plus aluminum. Okay. So here aluminum is more reactive. So it displaces the iron from the iron oxide. So we get iron plus aluminum oxide plus large amount of heat. It is also called thermite reaction. It is also known as thermite reaction. Why we are saying thermite reaction means a large amount of heat will be produced. This reaction is also useful for the damaged railway tracks. Okay, to joint the damaged railway tracks. Okay, this reaction is very useful. In previous classes we have discussed about the extraction of moderately active elements. Okay, so today we have to discuss extraction of metals at the bottom of the activity series, which are silver and mercury. So in that, first of all, mercury. So we have to learn about the extraction of mercury. So what is the mercuric over here? Mercuric sulfide, which is known as cinnabar. So by heating, crude mercury can be extracted from it. Okay. So when mercuric sulfide is heated in the presence of oxygen, nothing but roasting. Okay. So in the heating in the presence of oxygen means roasting. So mercuric sulfide can be converted into mercuric oxide. So further heating of mercuric oxide, so crude mercury will be formed. Okay, crude mercury will be formed. Okay, so here for bottom of the activity series, generally we use which method? Heating process. Okay, by heating process only we can get crude metals. Next, what is the last step in the extraction of metals in the metallurgical process? The third step is purification of crude metal or refining of crude metal. Okay, why? Because crude metal consists some of the impurities, still it consists some of the impurities. So now we have to get 99% or 100% of the pure metal from it. Okay, so in that first one, distillation, the process, which is, what is the process? Distillation. Generally distillation is used for the metallic ores, the crude metals which consist low boiling points like zinc and mercury. Okay, zinc and mercury consist low boiling points. So they can be from this technique, by distillation process we can separate them easily from their impurities. Next, second one, liquation. It is also used for the metals which have low melting points like tin. Tin consists very low melting point. So when it combines with impurities, high melting points metals, it can be easily separated. So when we have to pour them in the slopy surface, when we heat by heating, tin easily liquefies and flows down. Next, pouring. Pouring means the boiling crude metal can be stirred with the glass woods or poles of green woods. Okay. So this process is called pouring. By pouring, the impurities removed either gases. Okay. So green wood కర్రలతోటి గ్రీన్ కలర్లో ఉన్న కర్రలతోటి బాగా స్టర్ చేస్తుంటారు. స్టర్ చేయడం వల్ల ద ఇంప్యూరిటీస్ అనేవి ఏ రూపంలో బయటికి వెళ్తాయి? గ్యాసెస్ రూపంలో బయటికి వెళ్తాయి. అండ్ దే గెట్ ఆక్సిడైజ్డ్. ఒకవేళ అవి ఆక్సిడైజ్ అయ్యి పైన ఒక స్కమ్ ఆర్ స్లాగ్ అంటే పైన తేలాడుతుంటుంది. ఓకే, దాన్ని కూడా మనం ఈజీగా రిమూవ్ చేయవచ్చు. నెక్స్ట్ ద లాస్ట్ వన్ ఈజ్ హియర్ ఎలక్ట్రోలైటిక్ రిఫైనింగ్. సో ఎలక్ట్రోలైటిక్ రిఫైనింగ్ మీన్స్ హియర్ we uses the process as electrolysis. Okay, so for that generally it is used for copper metals. So here we take a vessel like this and the impurity crude metal is taken as the anode. Okay, next the pure copper plate or copper strip is taken as cathode. So when we carry electrolysis, that means we have to arrange a battery in between, we have to connect them with a battery when we carry electricity. So we have to take an electrolytic solution is here copper sulfate solution. So by carrying electrolysis what happens? So in the impurity copper, only copper atoms can be dissolves in the solution and they discharged on the pure copper atom. So after some time what happens? Here only impurities remains here. Okay, and this size will be increases. So like that impurities can be removed from the copper. Okay, crude copper, and the cathode, the pure copper form in the form of cathode. Okay, so for that anode, what type of reactions occurs here? So copper plus ions gets 2 electrons and discharges copper atoms. Okay, copper. Okay, this is the anodic reaction to get electrolytic refining. Okay, thank you.